What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the first episode in our coverage of Bendy and the Ink Machine. Now, you guys may not know this about me, but I'm a giant horror fan. Like, seriously, I love horror movies, I love horror games. It's just that they don't come around very often with either, like, the aesthetic appeal, or the execution, or the ambiance that I like. See, I'm not a jump scare guy. I like ambiance. I like there to be kind of a theme and a darkness to a movie that kind of wells up in the background for hours on end, and they don't ever let you see the monster, that kind of stuff. Bendy seems like it has that art direction. So I figured we jump in for a little bit, and we check the game out, and we see what it has on offer, alright? So let's play us some Bendy and the Ink Machine. Dear Henry, it seems like a lifetime since we worked on cartoons together. 30 years really slips away, don't it? If you're back in town, come visit the old workshop. Something I gotta show you. Your best pal, Joey Drew. I don't know if I trust that. So if you interact, all the keys look basically like what you'd figured they would be. It looks like we can also carry a weapon, which is nice. I do like horror games that allow you to throw them hands if you need to.
All right, Joey. I'm here. Let's see if we can find what you wanted me to see.
We just got like moving machinery and everything else. We just leave this place like uninhabited? Like, I don't know, maybe turn the lights out or something before you leave. That seems a little bit, dreams come true. There's ink dripping from the ceiling. Either that or that lamp has a very, very serious gallbladder malfunction. One of the two. I don't know about lamp gallbladders, though. So can you open doors? Okay, so doors are technically not opening right now. Let me get moving here. That door don't want to... That one's got some music playing from inside of it, though, so there's some sign of habitation. So there's an ink machine over here with kind of a protruding, I don't know, it's an inky anus. We'll head back to this side. Inky anus, why are you so inky? It's a song that I'm working on called Inky. And then it's also got, like, parentheses, anus, close parentheses. Just in case, you know, because you gotta make it a little bit cleaner for the radio audiences. You gotta do what you gotta do. So the exit's right there. I say we just walk the hell on out. Who needs old friends? Who needs old friends for a second when you got this kind of problem? Like, you notice how we walked into this place and all the color disappeared from the world? That's not a good sign. That's one of those things that, it seems to stink of the occult. Or ink, or something. Got some kind of photo projector right there. These chairs seem terrible for the lumbar. Holy shit. My guess is that the health insurance for this place definitely kicks out to a chiropractor at some point in the chain. Did something just move over there? I felt like something just moved over there. Getting jumpy here. The Dancing Demon for 5 cents.
Hey, here's my old desk. I wasted so much time in this chair.
Well, I mean, it's time at work, so it's not completely wasted. As long as you're doing what you love, it's not completely wasted. Like, if you were sitting over here, like, breaking down cardboard boxes for which you have no passion, because let's face it, it's very difficult to have a passionate relationship with a cardboard box, then I'd be like, yeah, you definitely wasted your life. You probably should have quit and just, like, found something else to do. Never underestimate the power of making a change in your life. Like, seriously, it's actually not as terrifying and difficult to do as it sounds. It'll be uncomfortable for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months. But if it leads to something that makes you happier, why not do it? Maybe it'll work out.
So this is the ink machine, huh? Wonder how you turn it on.
Well, I mean, like, I feel like we could have done a better job at caulking. Like, I would assume at some point that caulk was involved in, like, the assembly of this piping right here to make sure it didn't leak. And that's what happens when you get, like, an inferior brand of caulk. The caulking is just not what it needs to be. We've got, like, random bureaus over here. I don't think I can do anything with that, so I'm just not even going to fiddle with it. We've got to turn on the machine. There's, like, a button or anything that I could push around here? Huh. There's a toy up on that shelf. I don't know why that bothers me, but it bothers me for some reason. Like, that stood out to me where I'm like, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't care about the weird, like, cardboard stand-ups or anything like that, but for some reason that bugged me. I'm like, I don't think most of these doors are actually going to open. This seems like the kind of game where, like, you walk around and look. Alright, that's cool. Planks falling from above, kind of trying to mess with me. Oh shit, son.
Oh my god. Joey, what were you doing?
Why are we... The Illusion of Living by Joey. I can't read his last name and I can't remember what it was. Like Joey Dove or something. Why are we lamenting? Like, why are we asking what were you doing when there's like a living cartoon character in front of us impaled with a wrench on a torture table? Who's laughing now? There's like a poison bottle thing over here. I feel like there's other things we should be concerned about here, like living cartoon characters. Like, I don't know. I would have left already, though. That's why I could never be a horror movie or horror game character, is because I would just be the shit on out of here. I'd be like, nah, walking straight back out the front door.
How do I get this to work?
Maybe it'll be the giant lever. Maybe that'll be the part. So low pressure. I don't see any missing objects. It says follow the clues. So we need a gear, a wrench, a book, a doll. We know where the doll is at. We know where the wrench is at. The poison bottle and the musical thing. All right. Well, let's head out and see what we can find here because my guess is... Shit. Man, why you messing with me like that, Bendy?
I'll put this here.
I know. What a dick. It looks like he used the plank that fell from the ceiling, too. God. Trying to scare the heart out of my chest right now. All right. So we've got the wrench, which was ripped from a dead toon's body, I guess. The Illusion of Living. I don't know if that's the book that we need. It is indeed. The poison bottle is right here. And so that's 3 of the objects that we've picked up already, just inside of the first room. So sounds good to me. The other things that we needed is we needed the doll. We needed anything that looks outside of the ordinary, actually, is probably what I would lean towards. Although you know they're going to try and get me at some point here. They're making me all paranoid about walking around corners or doing anything. So there's the doll. Oh, good. It's going to squeak when I pick it up. Fantastic. My dog just looked up. My dog's taking a nap right now, and he heard the squeaky. And he was like, oh, squeaky? Oh, my God. You know how your dog gets hella drastic all of a sudden whenever they hear a squeaky noise? His ears popped up. He's like, oh, my God, there's squeakies.
At this point, I don't get what Joey's plan is for this company. The animations sure aren't being finished on time anymore, and I simply don't see why we need this machine. It's noisy, it's messy, and who needs that much ink anyway? Also, get this. Joey had each one of us donate something from our workstation. We put them on these little pedestals in the break room to help appease the gods, Joey says. Keep things going. I think he's lost his mind, but hey, he writes the checks. But I tell you what, if one more of these pipes burst, I'm out of here.
Yeah, it's probably not the worst plan, man. I would like it if just a small change right there, if they made it so that the audio log would read out while you walk away. I don't like being pinned to a spot while I'm listening to audio logs. I like to continue making progress and like walk around and look at things while I'm listening to it. For me, it sets the scene. If you force the player into one position while listening to an audio log, to me, it creates a disconnect. If you're listening to the audio log while actively walking through the world of the game and looking at things, and that solidifies kind of the narrative, it takes it to the next level, in my opinion. It actually helps make real the illusion, the fantasy that they're trying to sell. So that's the button for the ink pressure. I've got like 4 things, and I don't know what the other 2 were that I needed. So let me head back to the room to appease the gods, or whatever it's supposed to be. And once I get back over there, we'll take a look and see what other items we need to find. Oh, dude, it's gone. It was just here, though. Oh, I don't like that for a minute. Alright, so we needed the wrench. We needed the book. We needed the gear. We needed the musical score. So there's a musical score. I don't know what to do about that. I haven't seen anything. I think there was a gear on the side of the ink machine, though. So let's go have a look around and see what we can find. So far, so good. Nothing inside any of the rooms that I've actively searched. The musical score, wasn't there a room that had some music playing out of it? I think there was, and so maybe checking on that would be a decent plan. There was a light under the door, as I recall. I don't think I could pull the gear out of the giant ink machine over here. That seems like folly, so I'm not even going to do that. But let's get back on the trail here. Shit. Looky there. It opened on up. Can I close the door behind me? Because I feel like they're plotting an ambush right now, and I don't like it. I don't know what I just took, but I took something. Oh, and it won't let me turn it back off either. So did I actually just, like, pick up something useful? Or what happened? Because I'm not sure if I picked up the thing that I needed. Maybe those were, like, reels or something like that with, like, the audio tracks on them. I'm not sure. Oh, there's a record over here. Cool. And so we've got the Bendy record now. Don't bend your records. That's a bad plan. And now we just have to find the gear. And if we can find the gear, I think we'll be up and out of here. So the last thing we need to find is the gear, and I think it's over here. I think it's on this side.
Okay, that's all of them. Now I just need to get the ink flowing somehow. Should be a switch around here somewhere. Then I can start up the main power.
Why are we arbitrarily performing all these tasks? Dude, this is a legitimate question. We just walked into an abandoned warehouse, and we just started, like, flicking switches and messing with levers, man. Why? Why have we begun doing this? I would have walked into this place and been like, nah, this place seems like it was probably condemned. I don't see any urban authority allowing this place to continue to stand. This place is a mess. And so, it's probably condemned, A. B, shit on me! What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Alright. Yep. Touche, buddy. Touche, you got me. You know that feeling you get in a horror game when you turn around real slow because you're like, oh, they're gonna jump scare me. I know they are. Well, there's the flow button, and it looks as though the pipes are now fluctuating and pulsating in a somewhat sexual manner. Alright. You stop with that shit, cardboard sign. You stop with that shit right now. I dare you to try and pull that with me again. I dare you. I double dog, please don't. Oh, something bad's gonna happen, I know it. I can feel it deep down inside my bones. Let's push the button. The ink machine is apparently running, and I have sacrificed something to the inky gods, and now the lights have gone out, so that's fun. That's something that I'm looking forward to. Oh, Jesus. This is not going to turn out well for me, is it? Oh, I know it's not. So do I go back to the ink machine? Is that what it wants me to do? Oh. Fuck! The hell was that thing? Oh, dude, we gotta get the hell out of here. Run for it. Time to... No, dreams are not coming true. Well, a certain type of dream is coming true right now. It's kind of strange lighting, man. Who builds a death chasm in the middle of their workshop with flickering lighting like that? I feel like whoever our bad guy is may have a penchant for the theatrics. Hello? Art thou home, little Bendy? Art thou home? Sorry, I diffuse tension with song. It's just like this thing that I do. Like, I figure if I ever got drafted for a war, I'd be there in the foxhole just like, don't shoot at me. Oh, God, it's bullets. That guy's got an arm off. Like, I would just diffuse the tension that way. It probably wouldn't work, but I'm just saying that's how I do it, personally.
This will definitely come in handy.
I guess I've got an axe now. Oh, it allows me to chop down doors. That's good, because upstairs I saw... There was like a thing upstairs that I would have very much liked to have destroyed. that was like blocking a stairwell or something like that, or a stair good or a stair bad. I don't know the quality of its staring. We'll put it up here. I gotta break them all. This is the only activity I'm getting in this game so far, aside from running from things. And so, like, if I could take my frustrations out on planks of wood. Oh! So we've got a little bit of devil worship down here, too. So that's adding yet another stack of concerning. Oh, good lord. Man, we're narcoleptic. See, plot twist. They didn't tell us about that in the intro.
Oh, my head. What happened? Well, I guess there's only one thing to do. Press on. See if I can find a way out.
Alright, well apparently we've got to find a new exit. We are inside Chapter 2 at this point. Oh, my axe is still... Look how it landed, like, perfectly next to me. Who set that up there? That had to have been by design. Somebody put that there. It wasn't my fault. I didn't do that part. Somebody did it for me. I was busy taking a nap on a pentagram, as I like to do, because I find that it comforts me and it makes me feel better about my life prospects. Nothing like a little bit of, well, anyways, I really like circles and, like, what's in there? There's a little triangle right there. I also really like candles. My Bed Bath & Beyond fund has been depleting rapidly. It's been a major source of budgetary concerns between me and my wife. Anyways, this game is called Bendy and the Ink Machine. That was Chapter 1. I'm going to get on to Chapter 2 right after this one. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for a little bit of horror action. In fact, it's gotten me once or twice. I'm not a big jump scare fan. I tend to be more of like a Silent Hill type horror fan, where there's just kind of a creeping dread that they cultivate the entire time, but they don't necessarily give you the satisfaction of seeing what's trying to kill you a lot of the time. But in its way, this game is very stylized and unique, and I think it is going to find a lot of success. I think people are going to get really into this. Knowing the YouTube game the way that I know it, seems like an interesting title. There are little things that I would swap up. You know, like when you walk in front of the projectors, there should be shadows that go onto the walls and stuff like that. Little realism things. Little things to sell the illusion that you're inside the game world. Little things that break immersion. But other than that, so far, not a bad little jump scare game. I will see you all with the culmination of Chapter 2. My name is Splattercat. Every single day I give you new indie games here on YouTube. So if you want to see what's going on in the indie scene, this is the place to be at, if I do say so myself. All right? I will see you all later. Bye, everybody, and hi-do.